Hello, Card Geeks. It is I, Nomah, back with another scrumptious episode of Card Geeks with my partner in crime, as always, Hoosier. How are you today, my friend?
I am fantastic. I am super excited to get into this episode. The last one that we did for the rookies has done really, really well. So I'm very excited as the channel continues to grow and we get more subscribers and just being able to continue talking about baseball cards.
Likewise, absolutely. And if you guys love baseball cards, you're in the right place. Make sure to check out HoosierPulls, HoosierPulls, and Nomah Sports Cards, NomahS Sports Cards. If you want to see us ripping cards and talking about cards, but on this channel, we just talk about the latest and greatest news and information from the hobby. And what we want to talk with you guys about today is 5 players whom we think are going to have second half surges, and we're going to see their card values surge as well. But before we do that real quick, just want to remind you guys about the handy dandy Card Geeks t-shirts. If we were more dialed in, we would be wearing them. But luckily, Hoosier's dialed in enough to have a beautiful graphic of that Card Geeks official shirt. And the way to order that is going to be in the description of this video. So make sure you are cool, like Detective Brandon of the San Antonio Police Department, who wears this shirt under his uniform while he's out keeping his community safe. And you can be nearly as cool as Brandon because Brandon's the coolest. So, you know, we're all jockeying for second place with Brandon, let's be honest. But you'll be very, very, very cool if you wear this shirt, and it's nice and soft. We didn't skimp. It looks great. You got the Card Geeks logo. Everyone at the National will be jealous of you. Order one today. Without any further ado, let's go into our 5 players. Now, these again are players that we think, even if their card values are already high, are going to see a bump. And some of them are not as high as they should be, so we're definitely hoping for a bump.
Yep.
Now, first off, we're going to lead off with the leadoff hitter for the Atlanta Braves and an excellent player. And I'm going to just kick this right over to you, Hoosier, to talk about RAJ.
Yeah, so we have the one and only Ronald Acuna Jr. He is healthy, which equals scary. We have that up there for all of you guys listening. We have some of their stats as well as some key points that we have observed throughout this season that are going to hopefully bump up their card values as we get into the second half. So Acuna is currently batting .329 with 12 home runs in 164 at-bats. He is an absolute monster, and he's one of the guys who unfortunately has been plagued with injuries in the past. Kind of every time I see him make a break for a steal or a fly ball, sometimes it's like you kind of wince because you never know. I hope that he's kind of gotten past the injury bug, but his card prices have declined pretty significantly over the past 2 years, especially with all the ACL and MCL issues that he's had. So I think Acuna is one of the leading contenders for card prices to shoot up. We have his X Fractor from 2018 Topps Chrome in a PSA 9 that recently sold for $130. So very affordable.
Too low. Way too low.
Player that he is. So
absolutely.
These are, and this is, I mean, imagine the price of a 2018 Topps Chrome hobby box or blaster box or whatever format you can think of, and to pull a Ronald Acuna Jr. X Fractor and grade it in a 9, that's going to be a lot of money. So picking up this single card is, I think he's very undervalued right now.
Absolutely. And again, it's not like Acuna Jr.'s cards are, you know, bargain basement prices, but anytime someone misses a year plus, he came back super strong, started in the All-Star game. So we're starting to see the card prices inch up. But our whole thing is not, is this guy unheard of and you better go buy his stuff before someone else does? Our whole thing is, do we think that there's growth potential here? And there's absolutely growth potential for Acuna's cards to go up. After the 40-70 season, everything was through the roof. He hurts himself early last year. Everyone kind of forgot about him. Now everyone is remembering. So just keep in mind, guys, the card market's very fickle, and it's what have you done for me lately? And as he gets hot, prices are going to heat up as well. So let's go now to another person that has been completely forgotten about, and that is going to be the reigning American League Rookie of the Year. And you can get a monster autograph of his in a 10 and 10 condition and 10 autograph right now for less than $100. So Luis Gil, the Gila Monster. I love. By the way, guys,
That
for those of you listening on the podcast, you can't see the graphics, but those of you that can see the graphics, this is all Hoosier is doing. I am a Gen X guy, and I can barely put together a thumbnail for my channel, let alone come up with this amazing graphics. And I know how much pleasure and joy you take in it, and you do a great job with these Hoosiers. So
I
we've
appreciate
got
it.
the Gila Monster, 15-7 last year, 3.5 ERA, won the American League Rookie of the Year for one of the biggest market teams, and his card prices were doing pretty well. And then he's been
Mhm.
hurt all year. And again, everyone just completely forgets about this kid. So he's coming back very soon, and assuming that he comes back strong, his prices are going to stabilize and start climbing again. So catch
Yeah.
him while you can,
And
Luis Gil.
from what I read, he recently had a rehab outing in which he threw 45 pitches and
Correct.
really impressed. And the Yankees, again, this is something that we're going to get into with a later candidate, but the Yankees they're still slated for a strong looking postseason run. And if you guys are a little bit newer to the market, postseason performances they can flip card prices upside down. So this is something that could be a very wise pickup early on while he's still out, and while his cards are still very affordable. That is a beautiful card. The
Fantastic card.
the Stadium Club Chrome refractor on card autograph, just beautiful.
With a 10.
Yeah,
10 on the
dual
auto
dual
and 10 on
10.
the condition. That's crazy. That card is absolutely smoking.
Yeah, and
And you can go get this.
these are recent sales as well. I kind of looked around for some of their bargain cards. You know, not some of their most expensive stuff, but some stuff that you can pick up for a very, very affordable price, and this is definitely one of them.
Love it. I mean, I'm a Red Sox fan and I still love that card.
Yeah,
That card is just
that's saying
nasty.
something. Yeah,
Less than $100 for the reigning Rookie of the Year is absolutely unheard of without the injury factor. And, again, he stabilizes, has a nice long career. That card is going to at least double in value.
yeah.
So next we have All-Star for your Miami Marlins. Talk to me a little bit about Mr. Stowers.
Yeah, so traded from the Baltimore Orioles, he now calls Miami home. He's batting .299 with 21 home runs in 309 at bats. He's an all-star. He's young. He is an electric player. Recently, after the all-star break, in one of their first games back, he hit 2 home runs. One of them being the walk-off, I believe. Was that correct?
Yes, that is correct. He hit 5 home runs between the game before and the game after the All-Star break. In 2 games, he hit 5 home
Insane.
runs.
Absolutely insane. And we talked about this. If you haven't seen our underrated rookies episode, you could go check that out. But we kind of talked about the biases towards smaller market teams, just from not only fans, but the market and card collecting. It's a really interesting dichotomy. I learned that word from Nomah. I didn't know that word before we met. But as you can see, his card prices are still unbelievably affordable. His Golden Mirror rookie super short print recently sold for $55, and there
Yeah, that's
are
nuts.
only 25 copies of each Golden Mirror from what we know, and that's probably one of the best rookie cards that you can get from Flagship, and
Crazy.
less than the price of a mega box. That's insane.
Well, and if you happen to be a fan of Pepsi and Pepsi products, this SSP Golden Mirror has the added bonus of the Pepsi logo in the background. So this card brought to you
Does.
by PepsiCo. So if you're a big Pepsi fan and a big baseball fan, this card's got you covered. But yeah, this kid is an absolute monster. He got stuck in Baltimore with just their very crowded prospect
Yeah.
scenario. And, this is just an example of sometimes when someone gets traded, they have the opportunity to play every day. Because when you're playing every other day, or, you're a role player, you're a bench player, you're a utility guy, and think about it. These guys are the elite. They're the
Mhm.
absolute elite in the entire world. They have been playing every single day since the time they were 5 years old. They have been hitting cleanup in every team they ever played for. They are playing travel ball. They were starting for the state championship teams. These guys are not used to being role players. And just because you're in the major leagues doesn't mean you're going to psychologically adopt well to being a role player. And in fact, it might be worse from an adaptation standpoint because you're dealing with the ungodly breaking stuff and heat that they bring in the show, and you're not playing every day. So
Right.
this is just a great example of a change of scenery really benefiting someone. This guy's going to be a beast for years to come. It's way early to say this, but like if someone's hitting 300 with 40 home runs and he's young and he does that for the next 5 to 10 years, that's called I live in Cooperstown, New York in my old age. So
Right.
I'm not saying Kyle Stowers is going to be in the Hall of Fame, but I'm just saying he's got all the talent in the world. He's putting it all together. There's no reason why his card should be going for $55 for a rookie SSP. And I might go see if I can find one of those because that's a cool looking card. I like it a lot. And I just wanted to briefly mention before we go on to our next player, we were talking a little bit in the pre-show about Kevin Alcantara, who
Yeah.
you think is going to get traded during the trade deadline. And guys, just honorable mention, keep an eye on Kevin Alcantara because like Kyle Stowers, he is too good to be playing in the minors, but the
Hmm.
Cubs are too good to give him a job, just like the Orioles were.
Right.
So Kevin Alcantara, a year from now, 2 years from now, when he is whatever, he's been traded to some rebuilding team. He's
Yeah.
a Colorado Rocky. He is an Arizona Diamondback. Not that the Diamondbacks are rebuilding, but they're definitely going to be sellers at the deadline. He's going to be playing for someone every day, and it might not be the Cubs. Now, a little bit of a downgrade on the premium city factor because certainly playing for Red Sox, Cubbies, Yankees, Dodgers,
Right.
that adds value to your card prices. But there's really no reason to not invest in Kevin Alcantara right now. So just while we're talking about Kyle Stowers, I wanted to mention that because his cards are deflated right now, but a year ago you could probably get that rookie SSP for what, 25, $30. This is
Probably. Yeah.
after he made the All-Star team. This is after he pumped 5 bombs in 2 days bracketing the All-Star game. So people are starting to become aware of Kyle Stowers, so this is a great time to buy. But the next Kyle Stowers we think is Kevin Alcantara. So
Yep.
jump on him as well. Let's go to our next player. And this guy plays for my local team
Yep.
right now. It is Bolibamba Gino. Or if you're a Gen X guy like me, we might call him Papa Gino. But Eugenio Suarez, we call him colloquially Gino around here in Arizona. This guy's, he's only hit 32 home runs and 351 at bats, which
Yeah.
like most people in 600 at bats would be thrilled to hit 32 home runs. So
Yep.
he's on pace for, I'm guessing, 45 to 50 home runs. He hits them in bunches. He's a streaky hitter, which is one of the things that keeps him from being super popular because he can
Hmm.
go through a lot of ups and downs. But he got his average up to a very respectable 250. He's kind of the poor man's Kyle Schwarber. I mean, he
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
hits
He is.
he hits like crazy, and Schwarb is popular because he played for the Cubs, he played for the Red Sox, he plays currently for the Phillies, all these big market teams. Gino went from the Mariners to now the Diamondbacks. But to your point earlier about playoff potential, this guy, he could really shine in the postseason. And the
Definitely.
fact that he has an 11-year-old rookie card, think about how hard it is to find 2014 product. The
Hmm.
notion that he has an 11-year-old numbered gold rookie that looks to me like it's perfectly centered and could jam up. The notion that that sold recently for $30 is nuts. And if he goes to a big market team, you guys are going to have the opportunity for a quick flip, but you're also going to have the opportunity for a longer term hold because if he signs a long term contract with the big market team he's traded to, and listen, living in Arizona, I can tell you all the buzz, all of the discussions, all of the insiders with the D-backs are saying he's going to get traded. Now, I'm not saying that I'm an insider with the D-backs. I'm just saying that like I watch the Diamondbacks broadcasts. I read the Diamondbacks stuff in the Arizona Republic. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna get traded, and he's probably going to get traded to a contender. So definitely Bali Bamba Gino or Papagino, Eugenio Suarez, good buy right now for sure. He's a good
Definitely.
buy. He's a good buy, just like he says goodbye to baseballs.
Definitely. I love the play on words there. I think that he's going to Chicago. I think that he's
Dude.
coming to Chicago, probably on a rental, and the Cubs are looking for his power for the postseason push. So, like we
Yeah,
said,
you're gonna
this
be
is could be a very valuable short term hold. And we're collectors. I just want to put this out there. We are collectors through and through. But we also enjoy using the hobby to kind of make money and fund our other hobby purchases as well. So, we're not against buying a card and then selling it later when they get hot. But, just wanted to put that out there for anyone who doesn't know or who is new and saying, oh, these guys are just flipping cards. They don't enjoy the collecting aspect. When that couldn't be further from the truth. But we also enjoy the kind of ups and downs of the card market and buying and selling.
absolutely. It's fun to prognosticate.
Definitely.
Is that a word you're familiar with,
No.
Hoosier?
No. Prognosticate meaning Webster's dictionary. Definitely not looking that up right now.
To predict, to try to see into the future, to try to prognosticate a potential outcome, to speculate on a potential outcome. Like if you combine predict with I don't know. We can cut that part out. But oh, yeah. So basically think about it this way. If you combine predict with speculate, you get prognosticate.
That's a free little chunk of Nomah's wisdom there.
Yeah, I got
I
the
get
English
smarter every time we talk.
Well, I appreciate that. I feel like I get happier every time we talk because of your positive vibes.
Thanks. I really try.
Well, you are a wonderful person. That's why I wanted to do this show with you.
Appreciate it.
This bromance brought to you by Pepsi Cola. All right, let's go to our next one.
All right, so this is my personal pick. It is going to be the one and only, as Mrs. Nomah likes to say, Chex and Cheerios.
Yes, indeed.
So we have Jackson Chourio, and if you guys don't get the little my stupid title up there, that's from an Outkast song called Miss Jackson by Outkast. One of the greatest hip hop duos of all time.
I would like to hear you rap it.
I cannot, and I will not. You would not be able to torture that out of me. I'm just letting you know. But it's a great song. It's on my gym playlist. It's such a great song. I was hoping that there would be an Outkast reunion at the Atlanta All-Star game this year because they're both from Atlanta. So, but we did not get that, unfortunately. But
got a lot of good hip hop though. A lot of ATL hip hop.
Yeah,
is pretty strong.
But what we do have is Mr. Jackson Chourio, who is posting a 264 batting average with 16 homers in 405 at bats. And the biggest reason why I think he is the strongest buy is because the Brewers are unstoppable right now, and they are looking to go deep into the playoffs. And while his cards, when 2024 Topps released, his cards were very, very high, and they've actually dipped quite a bit. So he is actually he's pretty affordable right now. We have his Stadium Club on card. This is the black parallel. It's not numbered, but his on card Stadium Club autograph recently sold for $115. And
that's crazy.
That's way cheaper than buying a Stadium Club hobby box and hoping to pull that card. So
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I like the way you're phrasing that. It's like, wouldn't you be excited if you pulled this card?
Yeah.
Right. And if you were going to spend $115 plus on a hobby box and you pulled this, you'd be stoked.
Right.
So why not just buy it? Well, we all know why, because the return on investment is not necessarily everything we're concerned about. We're concerned about the return on fun. Totally understand that. However, it's true that you should consider the cost of a card versus the cost of the product it's in.
Right.
And I mean, a great example of this is that I opened a big league box from 2023 the other day and pulled a Josh Young rookie autograph, which, is not as hot as it would have been
Right.
because he is, having a hard year, but it's
Right.
probably worth about $30, which is what the box cost. So, you think about that and you go, all right, that was a pretty good buy.
Yeah.
So if you are thinking about product to buy, you want to think about a lower price with high potential. And Josh Young, Corbin Carroll have autographs in that 2023
Yeah.
product, for example. But if you're looking at buying singles, you think, well, if I pulled this out of the box that the product's in, I would be very stoked. So why don't I just cut to the chase?
Now, do you want to guess how much a 2024 Stadium Club hobby box is right now on David Adams?
145.
294.
Shut up.
It's 294.
Oh, dude, that's way
So
too much.
if you pulled the Jackson Chourio auto from this, you wouldn't even be recouping half of your money back, which is
Still
crazy.
losing $200.
Crazy.
Yeah, I would definitely rather. Now, I pulled his rookie auto out of a 24 Heritage High Number Blaster recently, which made me pretty happy.
Oh, yeah, that
So
was
I've kind of
sweet.
been pulling for him since then.
Sweet. Even the
And
compact boxes that came out at, I think they were 80 when this set debuted. They're like 170 now, so
that's nuts.
150. So yeah.
Well, and just the reference that Hoosier made moments ago is that I was at a Diamondbacks Brewers game this year, and my wife tends to hear things in kind of a strange way, like especially when I'm excited and I'm talking about something. So she thinks that Pete Alonso's name is Pino Alonso. And she knows now that it's Pete
Yeah.
Alonso, but she still calls him Pino Alonso because it was so funny when she said, she's like, is this guy's name Pino Alonso that you keep talking about? It's like, no, not Pino Alonso, dear. Pete Alonso. But when he was
I'm sure
announced
he's glad his name is Pete too.
I think he probably doesn't want his name to be Pino, but um, but Chourio came up to bat, and now batting number 21, Jackson Chourio, and my wife goes, "Did he say Chex and Cheerios?" And that is forever now his name.
That's his name
in our world.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chex and Cheerios. Another thing that I just want to mention about Chourio real quick before we move on is that he also is very young. I think he's 21 now.
Yeah.
And so there's also this tendency, the market again being very fickle. Like he did okay last year. He's doing okay this year. But, just because he's not, putting up superstar numbers,
right.
He's a good 3-4 years younger than Kyle Stowers. Like by the time
Right.
he's that age, he's going to be doing that. And so there's this tendency to kind of like miss out just because not everyone blazes on the scene like Acuna and Soto.
Right.
It takes a while. Mike Trout was terrible when he first was called up. So it takes a little time, but this guy has got all the talent in the world. He's going to be great. I have a couple of honorable mentions that I wanted to bring up. I'm curious if you have any honorable mentions.
Yeah, let's go for it. I think I have one. I think I've got one.
Hit us. Tell us who it is.
So this is actually when we spoke about the Alcantara most likely being traded. Now this is he's not a veteran, he's still a prospect. But Owen Casey for the Cubs. I'm a huge Cubs fan. We got him from San Diego a while back, and he's been crushing. He's been absolutely crushing. And recently, Jed Hoyer made the statement that nobody's untouchable from
there you go.
Deadline trade, and it just seems like, in my opinion, I think Casey's definitely he's going away. He's going to be part of a trade, and possibly going to be called up, very soon. Most likely this year. He was slated he has a 2025 ETA on MLB.com in the prospect list. So I think that Owen Casey, his stuff is still pretty affordable, and I think he's a sleeper pick for sure.
I like that. Well, and another kind of prospect type guy that I'll mention is Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz has been injured and he's hitting under 200. And again, you guys might rattle off in the comments and go, we've all heard of those guys. We all know those guys. Their cards have value. And that's true. But the point is that because he came out of the gate very, very, very slow, I think he was 0 for 21 or something when he
Yeah.
started, and he's still hitting under 200, but he's on pace, if I remember correctly, for a 25-40 season over the course of 600 at bats. So if he comes back strong,
Mm-hmm.
I think that his card value could really spike here at the end of the year, especially if he's hitting 250, 280, somewhere in there, and goes
Yeah,
10-10 the rest of the way, which he's entirely capable of doing. So I
definitely.
think that his cards could really pop. Another kind of post-hype sleeper in my mind is Noel B. Marte. Noel B. Marte got his card value seriously depressed because of the steroid situation last year, and
Yeah.
it may never recover. But again, the market is fickle. People seem to be kind of putting some of Fernando Tatis Jr.'s deflation of his card values in the rear view a little bit. Not
Yeah.
completely, but some. Noel B. Marte is extremely, extremely talented. Oh, here we have our Dylan Cruz.
Yeah.
Um,
I forgot I made a graphic for one of our sleeper picks.
that's okay. So we'll digress for a quick second. For those of you that are listening, not seeing this, yeah, the 7 home runs and 150 at bats is a 28 pace over 600
Mm-hmm.
at bats. Beautiful Bowman Chrome rookie auto, numbered to 499. Recently sold for 120 bucks. You couldn't get that card for 120 bucks a year ago. I tell you that. So
No,
when these guys come up and they struggle, there's always a buying opportunity.
real quick,
And
real quick. Dylan Cruz, his Bowman first green. It was the green grass autograph I pulled last year. I sold that card close to $1,000.
yep.
And I'm very glad that I did. So Dylan Cruz he's made me a decent little chunk of change. So
What's that card going for now?
Probably the last time I looked, it was like 250, 299
Yeah,
maybe.
you got out of that at the right time, but you could buy another one now and then just,
I could, yeah.
and then you could
Hold
just
it.
pocket the profit.
Yeah. So that's kind of a fun aspect of the prospect game and Bowman and different things like that. But yeah, I usually will tell my subscribers on my channel whenever I pull a bigger prospect card, I'm usually very hesitant to hang on to it just because of how fast the game moves.
Yep.
What can happen with injuries and
Yep.
all stuff. So yeah,
Super smart.
But Dylan Cruz definitely still has lots of potential.
Yeah, I mean, and unless someone is 1,000% sure thing, like say this Octavius Delightful kid,
Yeah.
you got to be careful. But Dylan Cruz was the number one, pick, and he
Yeah.
is an absolute specimen. He's been hurt, but I mean, great buy potential there.
Yeah.
Going back to Marte for a second, Marte has been really tearing it up in the last few weeks. If you look up his stats, and he's got all the potential in the world. And 5-10 years from now, will people remember the steroids? Probably. He'll probably never get back to where he was before then. But his cards have a potential to really move. And then the last person that I just wanted to mention, going back to my local team, the Diamondbacks, Adrian Del Castillo, a catcher, has just been called up, and his stats were very good last year, and he's come out of the gate extremely hot. So that's just another person to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got for you guys. We've got some people that we think their values are going to go up. And because we talked about checks and Cheerios, fans of my channel know that I like to give away cards in my videos. And the only time I don't do it is when I forget, which I have really bad ADHD. So I do sometimes forget, but I try to remember. And it just so happens that I'm putting together a stack of Brewers cards because we're about to go to the Brewers Cubs game, you and I together, my friend, in a couple weeks. And so I had an extra Jackson Chourio sitting right next to me. So this is going to be his cup card. I've inscribed it slide because he's about to slide. And I'm happy to give this card away. And the autograph is on the outside. So if you want to open it up and have the card in pristine condition, you can. I'm not defacing the card. But there are some fans of the Nomah channel that enjoy getting these little giveaways. It's got my little sigil on there as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll have the email me, NomahLovesYah at gmail.com. NOMAH loves YAH, NomahLovesYah at gmail.com. let's have the password today be, let's have it be Dylan Cruz. So you need to send me the password Dylan Cruz so we know you watched the video. Tell me you want a 25 Jackson Chourio card as the giveaway, and give me your full name and address, and I'll be happy to get that out in the mail to you. So anything else you want to add for our sleeper second half breakout hitters, my friend?
No. Just as always, thank you guys for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know your picks if you agree, disagree, or maybe somebody that has gone so far under the radar that we completely missed. So
Absolutely.
give us your feedback in the comments.
Yeah, and just a reminder, this is a happy place, so you can give us our feedback. You can disagree with us. You can make suggestions, but keep it G-rated. And as Mom used to say, if you don't have something nice to say it nicely.
Exactly.
If you want to disagree or say things, it's fine. But just, we do this for fun, and let's just keep it civil. So we really appreciate you guys watching, and we've got some very interesting episodes coming up. We're hoping to get the Topps finest details here shortly.
Yep.
We've got some news about the set, but we still have not seen a checklist yet. So we're hoping to get a checklist video out before the product drops. We are also sitting on an episode, which will probably drop after this one, that you guys will find interesting, where it appears that Topps.com might be going away. And in that episode, there's also a lot of shenanigans. So if you enjoy the rapport between Hoosier and I, and you want to hear us talk about the Superman movie, you want to find out who's got the biggest muscles definitively, and if you want to see him eat some very strange food, make sure you keep an eye out for that upcoming episode. It's going to talk about Topps.com on it, and it's going to have a lot of interesting stuff in there.
Definitely.
So be sure to like the video. If you made it to the end, please subscribe. Please check out our channels. Please stay awesome, everybody. We really appreciate you watching and supporting what we do. And we'll see you next time. In the meantime, keep on
ripping.
ripping.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.